Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us, especially after lunch. Hopefully, we'll try to keep you awake. I'm Anna Morehouse from ODC and located in central Wisconsin. And today we're going to be talking about peer mentoring for confidence, advocacy, and growth. I'll hand off the microphone to let the others introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Tina Wiley. I am a certified peer mentor and I work with ODC.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Kugler, and I am the Peer Mentor Program Supervisor at Aptive. We are primarily lacrosse based, but we also have locations in Rock County and Jacksonville County as well.
Hi, I'm Christy Schoeneman. I'm a peer mentor currently working with Aptive.
So, what is peer mentoring? Does anybody here have any guesses or have heard of mentoring before? Sure, you back there. I think you nailed it. Are you a peer mentor? Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. And that was a great explanation of what peer mentoring is. So for us, peer mentoring is very similar to what you had shared. So both ODC and Aptive took on the peer mentoring pilot with BPDD early last year. So peer mentoring really is based in self-advocacy. And when we're talking about self-advocacy, it's not only, standing up for your rights when it comes to unfair policies or politics, but it really comes to, speaking up for yourself in your daily decisions. So maybe you or your loved one you have in mind wants to continue their education, or maybe you want to move out on your own, have your own apartment someday. Or maybe you're just looking to make new connections or new friends. That's where a peer mentor can meet with you one-on-one and try to help guide you in achieving some of those goals and taking those next smaller steps to achieve those larger goals. So peer mentoring was developed through BPDD's Living Well project, and they got the model from the state of Michigan. So as I mentioned, it supports individuals in their personalized goals. And the person that is a mentor is somebody that's been able to, like Tina or Christy, navigate some of those life challenges or changes, successfully, and can kind of help guide mentees, we might call them, in achieving those, next steps in their life as well. And it truly is a reciprocal relationship where both the mentor and mentee are learning from each other and growing. It's really been quite the success story to see everybody all together this past year. So why peer mentoring? Pass that to you, Lindsay.
So there's a few reasons why you could choose peer mentoring. One of the big ones is that for those who do have those personal experiences and lived experiences can become mentors themselves. This is a great opportunity for them to have workforce development and learn some skills that they may not be able to learn in other settings because they are able to have a job where they help other people do the same things that they have been experiencing themselves. For those who are participating in peer mentoring, it can provide quite a few things. The first is that it can build skills in individuals to become better self-advocates. Like Anna was saying, peer mentoring can help a lot with an individual's ability to communicate their wants, to communicate their goals in life and their desires. Christy, I know, has helped with this with one of her mentees. It's building the confidence to share what matters to them and things like that. Those who participate in the service are also able to learn from Christy or Tina's experiences, whether that is becoming their own guardian, and they don't have someone else to talk to who went through that same exact experience. They can learn from their mentors' experiences of that, or what it took to live on their own. If you live in a wheelchair and you need to find accessible housing, like how does that look? What are the steps that you can take? Mentors are able to help with a lot of those things. And they are also able to participate in a service that is re-envisioning disability services. So peer mentoring is a service that does with instead of doing for. So those who participate in this service, they are able to dictate what is talked about, what is worked on, the skills that they want to work on, the goals that they want to work on, what they want to tell their support team, things like that. This service is entirely participant-led, so they are able to dictate what their service looks like and what they get out of it.
So our exciting part, hearing from the peer mentors themselves. So these two individuals, they're also peer mentors here at the SD conference. They're really among us all building relationships with their lived experiences, but also, just really trying to lift one another up. So Christy or Tina, would either of you like to share what peer mentoring has been to you? Maybe share a story of being able to support somebody.
I have a success story that I'd like to share with you. I have a successful story I can share with you. I had the privilege of meeting a 26-year-old disabled woman. When we first met, she was sad, she was timid, unsure of herself, and very closed off. Before long, I was able to help her discover her. Where she was sad, she became happy and exciting. Where she was timid and closed off, she became open and bloomed into the most beautiful, sociable individual. She was no longer unsure of herself. This is just one way that having a peer mentor can benefit your life and mine.
Thanks, Tina. Do you want to share a little bit of how the experience has gone for you as a peer mentor?
I have grown. I have been able to help people with things that I've been through in life. And at the time, things was hard and I didn't think too happy about it, but now I'm glad that I went through the things that I've been through because I'm able to help other people that may possibly be going through the same thing. And because I've gone through it, I can help others also go through it.
Thank you.
So for me, being a peer mentor is the best experience, the most insane in a great way, crazy fun experience that I've ever had. We with my mentee, we don't always talk about goals. We talk about whatever they want to talk about. So sometimes it was, okay, how do I get them back on track with goals? Do I just let them keep talking? But by the end, I really saw them blossom into another person that went from not really talking to me and sharing experiences to openly telling me experiences and saying if they were uncomfortable with something or didn't approve of a service that they were having. So yeah, it really opened them up and it opened me up to like tell them from my point of view what my experience has have been in different situations.
Do you want to talk about what being a peer mentor was for you?
Being a peer mentor was for me awesome, but honestly, the most grueling like training that I've ever been through. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But it's very, very well worth it. It's rewarding. You get to see change in the person that you're mentoring. It changes you. It's just a very rewarding, fulfilling thing.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Christy. I'm glad you mentioned the training too, because, not only are these people someone with lived experiences, but they do go through an extensive training and then a 90-hour paid internship as well to become a certified peer mentor. So definitely worth mentioning that. So peer mentoring can really look different person to person, not just about the goals that they want to achieve, but maybe it's just nice to talk to somebody that does have that lived experience, not in that professional background. And also, it's not just about peer mentoring today, but we want to talk about what are your goals. So we're going to have a couple activities. Just stay tuned here.
So this is just a slide that talks about what peer mentoring can mean for you if you choose to partake in this service. Like a lot of the things that we've already said, it can help you build the confidence to work on your own goals independently. The goal of this service is not to need a peer mentor the rest of your life. It's to help you build those skills and the confidence to work on what you want to work on the rest of your life on your own. So that is a big thing that peer mentoring works on is your confidence. Um, Another thing is being able to advocate for your own wants and your needs independently. That is also self-advocacy is a big part of peer mentoring. And then the last part is gaining social skills and also just feeling more involved and connected in your community. Um, when you're connected with a peer mentor, they can provide you with a lot of resources that you may not have known about in your own community or things that you may be able to partake in that help you feel more connected and feel like you belong in your community more. And like Anna was saying, just being able to talk to someone who also has gone through those same things that you've been through can help you build a lot of social skills, and you're able to then put that into other areas of your life.
So we're going to have a short video here talking about the Wheel of Life. It's a goal setting activity that we'll start with. If you give me just a moment, I'll get the video up.
The Wheel of Life is a great planning tool as it allows you to regularly assess and compare how you are feeling about the various areas of your life, gently encouraging you to make the changes you want to see. Step 1. Select 8 life areas that are relevant to you. Some suggestions based on the Clever Fox Planner include health and fitness, business and career, family and friends, relationships and romance, finance, personal development, fun and recreation, and spiritual. If any of these don't feel relevant to you, some good alternatives are attitude or mindset, career, money, personal growth, health, family, relationships, and social life. Step 2. Next, assign a colour to each life area. Just use whichever colours feel like the right fit for each area. Don't overthink it. Step 3. You can print out the Wheel of Life template below, or you can use the one printed in the Clever Fox Planner, or you can simply sketch it by drawing around a circular object and dividing it into 8 sections. Mark the circle, moving from the inside to outside from 0 to 10. Step 4. Using the colours you've chosen to represent each area, colour in each area to represent how you currently feel about it. Again, don't overthink it, go with your instinct. Step 5. Reflect on your wheel. Is it fairly even all the way around, or is it very up and down? Now choose the 3 life areas that right now are most important to you. Note down how you've scored them. Take one of those life areas and write a vision or goal for it. For example, with health and fitness, I've put to establish an exercise routine that is both realistic and enjoyable. In other words, what would a 10 look and feel like? Step 6. Now choose one of those top 3 areas where you haven't scored as high as you'd like to. Can you think of one action that you could take today to improve it? Hello and welcome to my writing desk. I wanted to make some kind of quieter behind the
Be
scenes
another video playing.
videos to show you both what's been going on in my planning and journaling.
Sorry about that. So at every table, there should be a worksheet with the wheel of life on it. So for today's purpose, we have the life areas filled in just to save a little time for everybody. But if there's different life areas that you would rather focus on than the ones that are on the worksheet, please feel free to do that. So we're going to take about 10 minutes now. So think about where you're at in life with each of those areas. And you can be honest with yourself. We're hoping a few of you might want to share how the activity went afterwards, but really be honest with where you're at in each of those areas. So there's a 0 through 10, 0 being the lowest, and 10 being the highest. So you're going to draw a line at whatever number you're at in that area of your life. There should be colors at each table. If you didn't get any, then we do have extra. We'll come around. But let's take the next 10 minutes. You can start working on your worksheets and we'll come around to help you if you have any questions. So how many people have a crooked wheel here, like mine? Who has a perfectly even wheel? I don't see any hands up for that one, no. But we can start coming back together if you want to keep working on yours quietly, but maybe we'll have a few people that want to share how the activity went for them or what they learned. Sometimes when we see, you know, 7, 8, or 9, or even a 10 on one area, you know, maybe you're putting a lot of energy into that area and maybe a little bit less in an area that's a 3 or 4. So thinking about, is that something you want to change? Maybe putting more of your efforts into that other area. But also really thinking, what are those top 3 areas in life that you do want to work on that could possibly build some goals from that. So anybody want to share how that experience was from them, maybe what they learned about themselves or a possible goal? Yeah, go ahead back there. Definitely. I hear you all the way on that. Some things are really great in my life as well. And you don't really think about it until you put it on paper and think, well, I could probably work on that. So thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to be brave and share about their experience? Go ahead. That is interesting. Yeah, thanks for sharing. And they were all placed on here really randomly too. So there was no, you know, thought put behind that. So it's really cool to hear how that went for you. Would anyone else like to share? Well, I've seen a lot of colorful wheels out there. So we do have that up here if you want to take a blank copy with you back to your organization or home life, that's fine. We also have other goal setting worksheets up here too. Before you leave, if you want to grab one of those, you can. But our next activity is going to kind of take us to those next steps. And I'm going to hand that over to Tina to talk about future me.
I would like to share with you my future me. She isn't my work me, and she isn't my family me. My future me is a part of me I often keep hidden, and regrettably, I often neglect her because I get busy with work. I get busy with my family. I'm always thinking about other things. I would like to share my future me with you because you also have a future me. She kind of gets lost during my days and nights. This part of me, I have vowed never to neglect again because I've come to realize she's so important. She will help me to obtain a healthy and happy future. So I would like for you to take a couple of minutes to think about your future me. And if you are able to jot down one or two things that you would like to see in your future me's life, if you would like to take a couple of minutes now to just kind of think about your future, what you would like to see in your, say, 5 years from now. And if your life is as busy as mine, maybe you can go 2 years from now. But just kind of think about it. And if you're able to just jot down a couple of your dreams and your thoughts, and afterwards, you'll be welcome to share some of your future dreams with us. While you're thinking, I'm going to just take a couple of minutes to point out some of my things that I would like to see in my future me. I'd like to be happy. I most definitely want to see happiness in my future. I have health. In my future, I want to be more healthy than I am today. And I want to be a successful business owner. I've always wanted to own my own business. And it's pretty exciting to me because I'm working on it. And I'm paving my way to my future goals to obtain some of the things that I would like in my future. So if you take a couple of minutes, just figure out some things you would like to see in your future. It tend to be something we don't think about every day.
So there should be a handout on your table too. So if you want to take a few minutes, 5 minutes or so, put a few ideas down on what you would like your future self to look like, or maybe what you want the rest of your day to look like if you can't think that far ahead. But I think Tina's given us a few ideas to start with.
If I can get a couple of you guys to share with us your dreams, afterwards, I'll tell you how you can make it a definite. ability to do. So is there anyone who would like to share with us their dreams? A dream or two? Okay. And I definitely know what that feel like because I do too. Mm-hmm. It's not. I thank you. All right. Hey, that sounds good. I need that too. Hey. Is there anyone else who'd like to share their dreams? Oh, Chrissy?
I would I would like to be able to trust my gut instinct more and connect with more people.
Is there anyone else who'd like to share? Okay. Yes, definitely. Yep. Yep.
Things like this.
Now, now that you've shared with me, I'd like to share with you how you can make that happen. If you can take your future me and put it in a spot in your house that you can look at every day, and if you do that, it will help you daily to know what you would want your future to look like. You know, it's not something that'll get lost as soon as you think of 50 other things because you'll see it and your mind will start to work with it. And you will find yourself daily paving your path to your future. And the thing about it, your future is going to be there. That's how I discovered that my future me is very important. And the fact that I can make my future become what I actually want it to become brings me happiness. You know, and that's one of my things for my future me. You know, and me being happy can make me healthier. So it all pretty much ties in there together. But you kind of want to think about it more than you're normally thinking about it. You know, you're not just sitting back and waiting for your future to happen. You're paving your way to it. You're building your mind and your actions towards your future. And that's always a good thing. So I thank you And I hope you enjoyed your and think about your future. And think about your future me.
Thanks, Tina, for that great activity. So we're just kind of wrapping up things here. And now that you've heard a little bit about peer mentoring and maybe have a few goals in mind, so just kind of wondering if anyone had been thinking how a peer mentor could possibly help you or a loved one achieve those goals. Or if you have any other just general questions about peer mentoring, we'd be happy to answer that too. Good question. So what is it like for the peer mentor, Christy or Tina, if there's a hard topic to discuss with a mentee? And how do you go about dealing with that and taking care of yourself? Either one of you want to share?
Thanks for giving a really hard question. Oh, crud. What was it?
Is there a, how do you take care of yourselves while you're
Knowing what my boundaries are, which really I personally don't have very many boundaries. I'm a pretty open book. I will talk to you about anything. Yeah, and knowing like what drains my energy and what takes or gives to my spoons.
I like to say that even though you may have hard topics, if I have been through things in life that were not easy, there are other people. And just finding a way to talk to each other and to definitely not to hold it in to yourself. You know, bringing it out, you know, letting others know that this is something that you would like to work on and you would like to share. But the main point is bring it out, share it with someone.
Thanks for that. I would also add, I know at ODC, we meet weekly with the group of peer mentors that we have too, and same with AppDub. So we try to give each other support, if there are conversations coming up. Even for example, if the supports in people's lives don't see eye to eye, that can be a common thing too that we're coming across, working with the peer mentors and trying to approach it as a team of supports and really, advocate for the individual, but accept, there are other people that have their hands in supporting those folks as well. So those are some situations that we're working through also. We didn't mention, I don't think, that we do support people in person if you're in one of our service areas, but we also support people virtually as well. So we do have peer mentors available for either virtual or in person. Just reach out to one of us if you're curious if they are in your area, if you like to meet in person and interested. But we do have peer mentors located throughout the state. Emily, she's one over there that was with ODC, completed her internship already in the Dane County area. So, or maybe you want to be a peer mentor yourself someday. Sounds like Hunter back there is on the path, completed the training. Thanks for that, Hunter. So starting the internship would be the next step. So that's also another opportunity. If you feel like you might be ready for that, talk to one of us. BPDD does go through the training. So there's definitely opportunity for more peer mentors as well. Any other questions or thoughts that we could help? Okay.
I just wanted to put out there with like the future me things. It's your future. You may have a support team or parents or whoever that's helping you, but it's about you and what you want for yourself, not what your care team wants for you.
Thanks for that, Christy. Yeah, so we have a little bit of time left. We'll kind of let you go on your own, but if you'd like to come up and ask us, questions by yourself, we're open to that as well. So thank you all for joining us today.